advised, we have neighbor forces en route to your location.
Hello and welcome to a video from the 6thAxis.com. I'm Dom and today I'm joined by Stefan, or if you prefer Teflon, and Tef.
Hello.
You've been playing Just Cause 3.
I have.
But why is that interesting?
Well, that's because it's not the Just Cause 3 that everybody's been playing for the last few months.
What?
I know. There's more Just Cause 3 on the way. It's the DLC Season Pass.
Amazing.
I know, you didn't see it, but there were jazz hands. Yeah. It's the Season Pass. It's got 3 parts to it. There's air, land, and sea. And I've been playing a little bit of the air one, which, in my notes, which were very badly written, I think means it's called Sky Fortress.
Okay, right.
And yeah, so the plan is for the air expansion to come out in about the next month or so. Then 2 months later, you've got land coming, and then 2 months after that, you've got sea. And each of these 3 expansions is going to have, like the big marquee feature is going to be a new toy or gadget or vehicle or something that's going to just change the way that you play the game and transform maybe how you get around the world, how you fight enemies, that kind of thing. So, you know, these aren't insignificant additions because they could completely change the balance of power, potentially, if they did it wrong. So they've got to find a way of integrating them into the actual gameplay.
But let's face it, Rico can do nearly everything in the world anyway.
Pretty much.
He's got a wingsuit, so he's virtually Batman. He can parachute whenever he wants. He can hop onto planes. So why is this different?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's got a wingsuit, but he doesn't have a jet engine on his back yet. And that's what you are seeing in the background, because basically they've decided that they're going to turn Rico into Iron Man, almost. He's not Iron Man, he doesn't have the red suit or anything like that, but the wingsuit is being upgraded with a Bavarium jetpack, and Bavarium was the crazy energy power source that they found in Just Cause 3. That was like the MacGuffin in that story. He's got a machine gun on his back, he's got homing missiles coming out of launchers on his chest, which I personally think that maybe he needs to be very careful when he's doing up his shoelaces in the morning. But, you know...
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but it's Rico, so it would just like whiz past his head and just blow up a barn like 2 miles away or something like that. But I think the most important thing is that it's actually a hell of a lot of fun. And it kind of solves one of the little niggles that I had with Just Cause 3 in the first place, which was that I didn't really want to use vehicles, but getting around without a vehicle was sometimes a bit of a pain in the arse.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's, yeah, I mean, I think everybody who's played the game has found themselves at one point awkwardly switching between parachute and wingsuit and grappling onto cliff faces and trying to drag themselves up, and I think that's a little bit torturous.
Yes.
So, yeah, having this jetpack, and it just completely changes that. And I think, alright, so I said Iron Man, and I think maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but he's definitely a hell of a lot more like a fighter jet.
Cool.
And to be fair, there are a couple of moments where, like, you pull on the air brake, you move the camera around, you have Rico trying to do his very best 180 degree, and he's got a bit of a turning circle in this, and you've got Rico coming up, and it's like the classic Spider-Man thing where he's just like thrown himself up into the sky, and you've got the slow motion, and it's basically all Spider-Man's crotch, and and then he falls back to the ground, and he's howling in delight and stuff like that. But it's just really, really easy to get up into the air, because all that you have to do is hold, I think it's the triangle, it's going to be the triangle button on PS4, and I was playing with an Xbox One controller, so it was the Y button, and you just launch yourself up to the sky. If you are falling, or if you're in parachute mode, then you just do the same thing, and again, you're off on your way. And you head off in the direction that your camera is looking when you're in freefall. And my thing was that I kept doing this while looking down and into the floor. And then Rico face plants.
Yeah. And presumably dies excruciatingly.
I think, yeah, like if you do it twice in quick succession.
Okay.
So like he can take 1 massive concussion, but 2, that's his limit.
Okay, right.
Which is
just to get the level of realism right for
But I did have a few issues trying to get used to the control system here, because I always felt that I should be able to do like a really fast 180 degree turn,
right, yeah,
and just head back the other way. After about half hour playing, I sort of got into the groove of things, and I could really figure out how to sort of like massage the air brake and the acceleration, because you've only got a certain amount of boost at any one time, so you don't want to use it all up, because then you've just got to glide for like 10-15 seconds waiting for it to charge up again.
Oh, okay.
And so you've got to, massage these things and sort of like figure out a way of spinning yourself around as quickly as possible. And also, I think it's a little bit tricky to aim and like know what you're trying to hit.
Yeah.
As well, there's just friction every once in a while with the control system, but there are also things that basically you just need to get used to.
Yeah, and to be fair, the main game is like that, and I think the controls can be a little bit woolly at times, can't they? But I think you make the most of it, don't you?
That's it. I mean, it's just a sandbox really, and there's so much give in everything that you can do in this world that's more than enough. Alongside the wingsuit, though, you also have a Bavarium machine gun, which is going to be useful with the new antagonist, and also you might be able to find yourself a personal defense drone, which is going to hover around and basically just go off and attack things nearby.
So in my head, I kind of think that it's a bit like a scrolling shoot 'em up now. It's a bit like Afterburner.
No, not quite that.
Okay, but is that it? Is it just this jetpack in the campaign, or is there something new to explore, or is there a new baddie?
They're obviously going to have to add a new baddie, aren't they? Because just adding the jetpack wouldn't be enough, and so what they're doing is they're bringing in the Eden Corporation to visit the islands, and basically they want all of the Bavarium now, and they come along with this big old, to stick with Marvel, like a shield-like air carrier. Tons of drones, a whole ton of soldiers and stuff like this. And so they're adding, the numbers that I was told were like 2 to 3 hours of new story content.
Nice.
In terms of missions, then maybe another hour or so of challenges so that you can get all the upgrades for the new jetpack. And then you've also got the sky carrier to conquer as well, and you've got a couple of different areas, and that's actually really quite fun. It's challenging, especially when you're just getting used to the controls. I mean, what you're seeing in the background is me getting used to the controls, and basically I'm just flying lengths of the thing and occasionally shooting some stuff up. There's a couple of bits which look unintentionally awesome as well, as I mistakenly managed to pull a ridiculous landing off without looking and stuff like that. But
brilliant. You should have said it's intentional.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you've got this whole new thing, and also, yes, you can take this wingsuit back into the main campaign. I think it was said that as soon as you've done the prologue, at which point you've actually got the wingsuit, then the jetpack, the Bavarium jetpack, is bolted in, and you can use it.
Brilliant.
And so, as I said, they've got to try and balance that with what you have to tackle in the main campaign.
Yes, I mean, that sounds like it's going to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I guess a little bit easier, but at the same time, it's not hurting anyone. It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah, a little bit more awesome.
Quite a bit more awesome, to be fair.
Okay, so what about the other DLC packs?
Yeah, they had a couple of little tidbits to talk about here, and what's interesting is that the development process, it's very on the fly, it seems. So a lot of this stuff is still in prototype stage, and given, like, as I said, they want to have land out 2 months after air,
right,
and sea 2 months after land.
Yeah,
like, that's still quite a quick turnaround.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
And so, yeah, having them still prototyping stuff and trying to figure out exactly how far they want to push things, that's quite interesting. But for land, they were able to show me very briefly, they've got this 4-legged assault mech, and the expansion pack is actually called Mech Land Assault. And this mech, it's not walking, it's got wheels at the bottom underneath, hidden underneath, but it's a lot more flexible, having 4 points of contact which can move up and down and stuff than a tank is.
Sure.
They want to have it around about as strong as a tank in the game, but you'll just be able to drop it in. And also it's going to have they're thinking of having a kind of physics weapon similar to the gravity gun in Half-Life 2 and similar things like that. So, yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Instead of grappling people together, you'll pick up one enemy soldier and throw them at the others.
Brilliant.
That's basically what I think. And they didn't actually have anything to show me for Bavarium Sea Heist, apart from tell me its name. But I'm kind of hoping that they just turn Rico into like a jet ski.
Okay, well, we'll wrap things up there. And if you're after a bit more fun in Just Cause 3, it sounds like you should keep an eye out. So be sure to head over to the6thAxis.com for our written preview, as well as other news, reviews, features, and so on. Also, why don't you just click like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and tell us that we're doing something vaguely right. And with
Really?
that,
Are we doing something right? I have no idea.
and with that, we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.